Hello, all of you guys. Thank you so much. It's been quite a while since we didn't do a topic about grammar explanation, and it's great to be back here. So I hope you guys can have and get ready and be ready for the next explanation for grammar. And the next grammar topic, it's very common. It's actually not a grammar itself, a grammar topic itself, but it's mostly a vocabulary, and it's one of the most complicated vocabulary exercises that we can learn usually, because there's a lot of different forms you can use a word and you can add. And well, before we start, let me thank Microsoft Whiteboard. Thanks to this wonderful tool, we're able to do these lessons, and also YouTube streaming, which is awesome. It's a great tool for us, so we can reach all the people we want in the in any part of the world. And well, thanks also to StreamYard, who is actually helping us to broadcast this topic. Well, let's start, guys. The topic of today, it's a very common, and as I mentioned, I hope you guys have your notebook. And thank you so much for subscribing to this channel. I hope you guys find these topics really useful in your English learning. So first of all, grammar supers, we're gonna learn about the prefixes, right? Prefixes. Let me write it here. It's the name of the topic. If you have a notebook, write it down there. Prefixes and suffixes. And you probably will say, well, it's just the same thing. And it's not. Actually, they have different uses so far. Yes, well, let's start with the prefixes now. Well, what is a prefix, right? So far, this is a little particle. The prefix is a little particle that goes at the front. I'm sorry, the prefix is it goes at the end of a word. Yes, I'm sorry, before the word starts. So let me write it here. It goes at the front of a word. Yeah, so it's or we can also say it's at the beginning of the word. Yeah, sometimes we add it, and we can change the meaning. And thanks to this prefix, this is able to change. Look what it's gonna do. It's gonna change the meaning. It's gonna change the meaning of the word. Meaning. There you go. Okay, so it changes the meaning. And like, you probably will be asking, like, how is that possible? For example, if you write the word interesting. Yes. So this is just the base form. Yes, this is an adjective so far. Yes. So this word, it's interesting. For example, the museum was interesting. The book was so interesting that I couldn't stop reading. Or you can say that house is interesting. It has a lot of interesting paintings, for example. Yes. So, but how can we add the prefix? The prefix is the word. Let me change the color here. I think I'm going to use green color. It's uninteresting, for example, here. Uninteresting. So in this case, as you can see, I'm writing the word, or writing the prefix before the word itself. The base form is uninteresting. You see? So now I'm changing the meaning. So from being interesting, now it's not interesting. What I'm writing here is that when I say on, when I'm using on, I'm saying that this is not interesting at all. I'm sorry, here. It's no interested, right? Not interesting. You see? So that's basically what the prefix is doing here. There are several other examples. For example, I can say it's let's call it like, for example, right? Like, what prefix can you add? That's the question. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? The people that is there. Um, well, I hope you guys can give me some feedback about it. So if you can listen to me, if you can see the presentation, you can just let me know. Okay. Um, okay. Well, as I was saying, like, right? Like is a verb. Yes. And if I add a prefix, if I write, for example, dislike, now I'm saying that the person doesn't like it. Yes, so it's no like. Got it? So when I add on this or in, for example, what word can we form by starting with a word with the prefix im. Im. Impatient, for example. Yes, so the person is not patient. You see? So when I add the prefix no, I'm changing the meaning of the word. Yes, change the meaning. Let me specify it here. So remember to write it in your notebook or in any other place so you guys can have that reference for further practice or once you guys have a test so you guys can come back to this. Yes. So change the meaning of the word. The word. There you go. So it changes the meaning of the word in there. Yes, you see? So the red words mean one thing, but when I add the prefix on this or im, so that means totally a different thing. Now the person is not patient, is impatient, you see? There are other words, for example, it's not the only type of prefixes. There are several prefixes. We probably would never finish explaining. We probably will need a whole day to explain all the prefixes, but there are several. There are hundreds of these ones. Now, there is another one that, for example, starts with a re. Yes, and when I use the prefix like re, yes, re, so I'm saying something that is again, like you have to do it again. Yes, so what word starts with re? For example, rewrite. Yes, rewrite something. So I'm gonna write it again. You see? So that is the main function of the prefix. I'm adding or I'm changing the word, I'm changing the whole meaning of the word. So instead of only writing it, I'm writing it again. That's the different meaning. You see? Now there are several other ones. Let me show you here. I'm gonna go to the left here. So I have all this material prepared for you guys so we can see it. So check this out. So we have prefixes. Let me move it over here. Right here. I think is the perfect place here. Okay. So as you can see here, we have several examples of prefixes. As you can see, there we have anti, for example, here. So you have the meaning of this prefix is against, right? Antisocial, for example. Yes, antibiotic, for example. That can be another example of anti. Yes, when I have the, right, it's the opposite of that word. For example, if a person is motivated, so you are demotivated. So it's the opposite of being motivated. Yes, deactivated. So instead of activating it, you are deactivating the whatever device you have. Yes, you are deactivating. When you say on, just as we already saw it in uninterested, yes, this means not interested. Yes, if I say happy, but if I add on, I'm saying that the person is not happy, it's unhappy. Untouchable, that you cannot touch it. For example, paintings in the museums are untouchable, so they cannot be touched. Yes. Number 4, it says this, right? It's another type of prefix which means the same, is not or the opposite of something. For example, disagree. You don't agree with the person. Yes. So the students disagreed with the decision made in the classroom. Yes. Discomfort. There is a lot of discomfort in the decision made. Yeah, so as you can see here, so I'm saying the opposite of comfort is discomfort. Okay. Now there's another one. We already used it here, like patient, impatient, right? Which is the same meaning as not. Yes, not. That's the meaning, or that is the intention of changing. Impolite. Impolite. So the person is educated or have good manners, but when you say impolite, it's saying that the person is not polite. And impatient, we already saw it in the example before. When I use the prefix mid, it means that you are in the middle or the middle of something. I don't know, depending on the word that you have after. Yes, for example, here it says midday, which is the middle of the day. Yes, if a person is midway, yes, so it means that you are in the middle of that way, or the path or the street or any way you are going. Yes. When you use the prefix "mis," it means that you are wrong, or the word or the verb, the action, it's wrong. For example, understand. When you write misunderstand, you're saying that the person or someone is misunderstanding or is not understanding the real message. Yes, it's understanding it wrongly. Yes. Misfortune, as you can see here, it's having the wrong fortune. Yes, misfortune. Yes, it's not what you expected. So now you have that fortune. Okay. Over, when you use the prefix over, it means that, well, actually, literally, it's over, like on top of something. Okay. Over enthusiastic is more, more than, I will say here, it's like more than. Yes, more than enthusiastic is over enthusiastic. Is more like, when a person reacts, and if you tell them bad news, for example, the person can overreact. Yes, like it's more than the reaction they were supposed to. Yes. Now we have here the number 9. It's pre. It's pre. It's before something like a prefix, right? Prefix. Yes, it's before the word. That's what pre means. Yes, prehistoric. Yes, for example, here prehistoric. It's before the history. Yes, before the we actually have an account of what happened in the events. Preface is before phasing the story. Yes, like probably you have seen this word in the books. It's a preface. Yes, the author wrote the preface of 2 pages. Okay, when I actually was explaining this one, the it's again, do it in again. Like for example, rewrite and reuse, like using it again or writing again, write it again. You see? So that is prefix. Now let's practice the suffixes. Now we already know that the prefix is the main function of the prefix, as you can see here on top. It just goes at the front of a word or before the word, and then they change the meaning. That's the main intention. Change the meaning of the word, like this one's interesting, uninteresting, like, dislike, patient, impatient, write and rewrite. You see? So I'm changing the meaning of the word. Now, what about the prefixes? What about them? Yes. Now let me get some space here. Get some black color. I think black is good here. Okay, I'm gonna write them here. It's suffixes. Suffixes. What is the main function, or why do they exist so far? Well, it's the same. It's a little particle that goes at the end of the word. Let me write it here. Goes. They go. I'm gonna write it here. They go at the end of the word. Yes. And what the main function or the main effect they have in the word is to change, they change the grammar. They change the grammar of the word. They don't change the meaning of the word. They change the whole grammar. And you probably will be asking, what does that mean? Like, what does it mean to change the grammar? Well, let me give you a little example, little hint. For example, if you have these words, danger, if you have care, or if you have, for example, sympathy. Yes, if you have these words and you want to change the grammar, how can you add a suffix? It says here that they go at the end of the word. So we have the words already. Now, if we change them, for example, if I say danger and this one actually, it's a noun. Danger, it's a noun. So I can say, I can start a sentence with danger. Like, for example, danger is everywhere. Yes. An adjective, I mean, care can also be a noun here. Sympathy is also a noun. That has, it had the functioning grammar, it's noun. it's a noun. But if I add a suffix, for example, danger, and then I add ous, dangerous, you see, I'm adding like the particle ous, the grammar is going to change. The grammar is going to change. Now it's not a noun anymore. It's an adjective. Now it has the function of an adjective. The same happens with care. For example, if I write care and I add ful, careful, now the grammar or the function of the word changes. Yes, it's not the opposite or it's not something else. It's just that I'm going to change the function, the use of the word. Yes, careful in this case would be an adjective too. Adjective, adjective. There you go. And sympathy, how can I change sympathy? Remember that an adjective describes a person, yes, or describe an animal or an object. That's what the function of the adjectives are. Yes, so I can say oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake here. Let me erase it. You guys can always participate in the grammar, I mean the chat. So if you guys want to check, if you want to write something, comments, you are welcome to do that. Yes, so sympathetic. There you go. Sympathetic. A person that is sympathetic. You see? So now I'm using sympathy, or I'm adding a suffix, the suffix ethic, right? Full or ous to make it an adjective. That is the main function of it. You see? Of course, there are many other examples of suffixes. Yes, let me go back here. Let me drag this chart that I have prepared for you guys. Okay, it's not here. Let's see where it is. It's hidden somewhere here. Prefixes. Oops, I think we don't have it here. Okay, wait a second here. I think it's somewhere here. Well, let me continue explaining this ones. Okay, so fixes. Give me a second. You guys can take notes about this if you want. Give me one sec, so I can go back to here. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe any chance you have, so you guys can have some updates about the topics we have. And yeah, so you guys can have these brief explanations about the most important topics. Okay, here we got it. Okay, here it is. This is a chart. It was a little hidden here. Okay, we got it back here. Now, as you can see here, so we have more suffixes. Yes, as you can see, so most of them, they go at the end, right? When I add the word suffix, when I add the word az, for example, state of equality, I'm saying, for example, a democracy. Yes, it's a democracy, so it's coming from the word demos, right, um which is a people, right? So democracy, the state of quality, the quality of the people here, accuracy, the quality of being accurate. Yes. Now, when I add all, it's the action of something, right? Dismissal, trial. Yes, I'm adding these suffixes after them, right? So because it's the action of doing this, yes, and I turn it into a noun itself when I add the suffixes ands. So I'm giving a state of quality too, which is nuance, right? Or tolerate, tolerance. Yes, the action of tolerate someone. When I add er or or, as you can see, it's the person or object itself. Yes, speaker. Yes, engineer. Yes, is the person who is related to engines, right? Or the person who speaks. When I add the word ism, yes, I'm saying that this is a belief or doctrine. Yes, for example, Judaism or Christianism or capitalism. Yes, so these are words that come from Judah, right, or Jew, right, in this case, or here the capital, the most important. When I add ist, I'm saying that it's a person. For example, science, from the word science, you can get scientist. Yes, the person who practices science. And an artist is a person, right, who practice art. Yes, when I add ed is the quality. As you can see here, most of them are related to quality, the quality of that, the quality of a person. I mean, the quality of a state, the quality of the state itself. Yes, or the quality of something else. For example, the quality of being extreme is extremity. Yes, extremity, sorry. Validity, it's valid. Yes, if it's valid, if it's actually accepted, right, is validity. And when I add the word, the suffix meant is the condition of that word. For example, the condition of judging is judgment. The condition of the being that develop is that development. Yes, is the condition of that. So I'm giving that condition to that, like for example, the development of the company's development is increasing tremendously. Yes, for example, when I add the suffix ship, I'm talking about a position held in that. Where is the position of the intern? Is the internship, the friendship. Yes. And finally, when I have a Sean or a Sean, it's the state of being something. For example, the state of being promoted will be promotion, the promotion. If there is the state of being tense, will be tension. There's tension in the environment, for example. You see, that is one way we can use the suffixes. Of course, guys, you can never, well, it will be really hard to try to teach all of the suffixes and prefixes, because there are hundreds of them. So it's there are several combinations, but with the practice we're gonna be able to make it. Yes, guys, so with practice things are gonna be learned better. Now it's time for us to, for a real good time, guys, for practice. Let's see if we guys can grab like some of the most important exercises for us to practice. They're called um word formation. You probably will see in certain books that they say it's a word formation exercise. Yes, so the word formation exercises are perfect for us to practice prefixes and suffixes. Yes, so it's really important for us to practice them, and there are several websites that can offer us this help. Yes, okay, let's try these ones. We have already the prefixes here. So as you can see here, it's the number one. It says write a prefix from the box in the space. You can use a prefix more than once, so we can use it more. So this exercise is already giving us 4 different prefixes. Yes, and they start with this, on, im, and re. Yes, well, let's try it. We already have the number one. It says, I can't answer this question. It's impossible. How do you know it's the correct word? Well, it's vocabulary, guys. So we have to make sure we remember these words or how to write it. That's why we need to practice a lot in order to get them. Okay, well, so we have the number one already answered. We have the number two. So we need to get some context. It says here, Kate started crying because she was so. Of course, she's not gonna cry, or she's not gonna start crying because she's happy. Well, it's possible, but usually the most common thing to see is that a person is not happy. So if I want to say not happy, well, in this case, this one doesn't go with it, right? Because we're not trying to repeat something or do it again. So in here we need to say a word that means not happy. So in this case would be this, on, or im. Which one do you think is the best answer? This happy, unhappy, or im happy? All right. Well, in here would be unhappy. That'll be the correct word. Yes, unhappy. So she was so unhappy. Number 3, Paul never waits in queues. He's too impatient. Impatient. The person is not patient. Number 4, stealing other people's pants is dishonest. Dishonest. You see? So I'm using the prefixes. Number 5, £1,000,000 was given to the hospital by an person that you don't know. I mean, a person that you give £1,000,000 was given to the hospital by, we don't know that person. If we had known him, probably we will have the name. Unknown person. You see? Number 6, we have when you write this, make it a bit shorter. So this person is giving another chance to write. So in this case would be rewrite. Okay, number 7, we have Mary was wearing a usual hat, an usual hat shaped like a giant flower. So in here, it's not very common to find a hat with a giant flower. It's not like you're gonna find it everywhere, right? So it's unusual, not usual. Number 8, I don't think you are right. So this person doesn't agree completely. So it will be disagree. Disagree completely. Okay, so that is the way we can use the prefixes, as you can see. Now, but for this, we need to make sure that we know the words itself. Yes, we need to make sure that we know them. Okay, let's continue. In here, guys, we have write a suffix from the box in the space. Use each suffix once only. So we have ing, we have ed, ends, full, able, lie, O's is already crossed out, and er. So which one do you think is the best one? For example, here number 1, it says don't stand near the water. It's dangerous. Yes, you might fall in. You see? It's adding a quality of danger. It's dangerous. Yes. Number 2, let's try it. Thank you for your advice. You have been very, I'm going to help you with one only, and you guys are going to answer the rest, okay? You have been very helpful. Okay, you have been very helpful, like full of help. You've been a great help for that person, for the advice. What about the next one? The number 3. Our new science teach is very young. Which one do you think fits perfectly here? I'm going to give you a few seconds, guys, for you to answer. Go ahead. You guys can also write. All right, we are in the practice time. Number 4, it says Harry didn't think the book was very interesting. Okay, so which of the suffixes do you think fits better? Number 6, I like this town. The people are very friendly. And which suffix do you think fits better? Number 7, it says if you have a haircut, it will change your appear what? Number 8, that was a great film. It was really What else? What is next? You can type in your comments, guys. You can write. Are you able to write comments? By the way, the people that is watching, can you? Are you able to write comments or answer in the chat? Is it possible you guys can answer? You guys can write one and then this answer. All right, well, let's continue. I hope you guys have already answered this exercise. Let's continue. Number 3, we have our new science teach. What is it, guys? What do you think it is? The teacher, of course. Yes, the person. Yes, it's the person who teaches, is a teacher. Number 4, Harry didn't think the book was very interesting. That's right, interesting. Repeat at home. Interesting, interesting, interesting. That's the correct form. Like there are some people that says interesting and it's not the correct pronunciation. It's interesting. Of course, well, I'm not like I'm also an English learner. Yes, so I'm not fully accurate in some of my pronunciation words, and I will glad you guys help me sometimes with if I mispronounce something. You guys can always tell me, so it's not like I have so I might make mistakes too. Okay, number 5, I don't like this fish. It's not very well, and I have only ed, ends, able, and lie. So cooked, that will be the best one, right? I'm writing a participle adjective here. It's not well cooked. Yes, number 6, I like your town. I like this town. The people are very friendly. The quality of being friendly, yes, or being a friend, friendly. And we're just missing 2 of them, ends and able. If you have a haircut, it will change your appearance. Appearance. There you go. You got it. You guys can hear me, right? Not like the last video. It was not. I really feel so sorry for that. The last video was actually I was not sharing the screen, and there was several troubles. I really apologize with all of you guys who were given the time to be here in the presentation. Okay, number 8, we have here, that was a great film. It was really enjoyable. Enjoyable here. Enjoyable. Yes. So as you can see here, we have all these different suffixes. Some of them have a different function in the sentence. Yes, all of them have a different purpose or function in the sentence. Well, let's continue. We have here another exercise to practice. Here it is not the one that I want you guys to practice. I think it's more related to word formation. So let me go here and share with you what I have here. Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna put it here so you guys can answer it. And this is the type of exercises you probably will see in tests, in exams, and in many books. They are called word formation. Here you go. We got a screenshot of the exercise. Here it is. I'm gonna put it here so you don't guys you cannot see the other one. It's not really necessary to see that part. Let me enlarge it. That's only 12. I think is good. Okay, we got it here. Okay, here now it says he gave us detail. Yes, what you have to do here, it says the instructions. Let's read the instructions first. It's always important to read the instructions so we know what they want us to do. It says use the words in capitals. Which are the words in capitals? Right here. Here are the words in capitals. And usually these type of exercises have the parenthesis or the word in parenthesis is like the base form or a different form of the word. Yes, so they will give it to you or they will give it away with a capital letter so you guys can identify the main form or the base form of that word. It says we need to use the words in capitals to form a new word that fits into the blank. So What does that mean? You need to change the word. You need to change the word and put it here. That's what it's telling you. Like there are several people that they just write here. Okay, this all describe. Is that all what we have to do? And that's wrong. No, you have to you need to form a new word. That the name of the exercise is to form new words. So it's very common to do this mistake. Don't do it, guys. You guys that are here in this video, now you're not gonna repeat that mistake. I'm pretty sure about that. Okay, so you are not gonna do that mistake anymore. Okay, good. Now we have the number one. He gave us a detail of how the accident happened. I need to form a new word with this base. Describe. Describe, it's a verb. Yes. So I cannot put a verb here. A verb is not appropriate. He gave us a detail and then an action? No, that's not possible. So we have to find another. I need to add a suffix or a prefix in order to make it work, in order to make it functional in my sentence. So it says here, he gave us a detail, and the best word that comes to mind for me, it's a noun. I need a noun out of this word. What is the noun for describe? Description. So I have to add Sean here. Description. He gave us a detailed description of how the accident happened. So if I want to say it in Spanish, I will say, él nos dio una detallada descripción de cómo el accidente pasó. You got it? So cambié el verbo describir por un sustantivo con esa forma. Descripción. Tiene la misma forma base. As you can see. So now that is the case of word formation. Yes. Next one. Here we have, he moved to the United States. I'm sorry, he moved to the United a few years ago. I need to form this one, king. It's a noun, so I need another form in order to write it. He moved to the United Kingdom a few years ago. You see, the United Kingdom. Yes, by adding this, is this, what is it, guys? Is it a prefix or a suffix? What do you think it is? Am I adding a suffix or a prefix? What is it? Anybody get it? Yes? Okay, well, let's continue. Okay, let's do the number 3. She's been doing research work as a. Now, I need to use the word science and I need to form a sentence. She's been doing research work as a, and I need a person because it says here she's been doing research work as a, and I need a person. How can we write the person who does science? Scientist. You see? Number 4. I wanted to, but that cut me off at once. Apology. Now, as you can see here, I have the word to, or the preposition to, which means I need an infinitive form with to. So how can this apology, it's a noun. Apology. Yeah. So you need the action of apology. So in this case would be apologize. But that cut me off at once, so he stopped my apologies. Number 5. Most bird species are under And I need to use this word protect and form a new one. Protection. I just have to add the suffix "tion." Number 6. We enjoyed the of the ski hut at night. I have to use this word. This is an adjective. And I don't need an adjective here. I cannot write warm because I'm not describing anything. I'm not saying warm what. The adjective this requires a noun after that. So in this case would be we enjoy the warmth the warmth of the ski hut at night. So I change it for a noun. This is a noun. Okay. Now it says here, he is the most who has ever had an exhibition in this gallery. Which word? He's the most famous artist. You see, I'm adding another suffix, artist, which is the person who practices art or does art. Okay, number 8. After his mother's, he moved to South America. And we need to use the base form of die. This die, it's a verb. And what we need here, it's the noun of die. How can we make the verb into a noun? This word, how can I change it to a noun? Well, there is a way. It's after his mother's death, he moved to South America. You see? All right, we're almost there, guys. Excellent. I know you guys are kind of tired, and well, I hope you guys can are understanding this topic. And if not, let me know in the comments of the chat, so you guys can always write your concerns about the topic or something, so I can just clear out in a different video, so I can help you with that. And I hope next week we can tackle some of these topics or these questions, so we can answer them, and we can go on a different topic next week. Okay, so be pending on what is coming, guys. Okay, number 9. I didn't tell him the whole truth. Yes, I'm using this one. It's true. Yes, and I change it to a noun. Truth. Number 10. Who was the last Roman? And then here it's empire. The correct word would be emperor. Emperor. Why did I write the word emperor? I'm gonna write it again. I didn't like how it looks. Emperor. Emperor. Well, it's a little bit better. But well, why do I know? How do I know this one is emperor and not empire? The same. Well, it says here, look at the beginning of the word, it's at the sentence, it says who, which is asking for a person. Demands a question and demands a person. Number 11. Number 11. It says, can you tell me the of the new restaurant? And we need to use the word locate as the base. So in this case, the location. Can you tell me the location of the new restaurant? And the last one, the hotel offers a great of activities the activities tourists can do. We need to use the base of select. So in this case will be selection. There you go. The hotel offers a great selection of activities tourists can do. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys have like got everything right. I'm pretty sure you guys have done it so well. You guys are really smart. You guys can easily go through this activity. Um, let's review a little bit what we were doing here. Yes, we today, guys, we were learning about the suffixes and the prefixes, right? What we learned is that the prefix is a little particle that goes at the front of a word. For example, on, interesting. So it goes first, pre. Yes, the word pre means before, so it's before the word prefix. And the main use or the main function of these prefixes is that they change the meaning of the word. Yes, they change it. For example, in the case of patient, we change the word patient to not patient or impatient. Yes, we change the word write to rewrite or write again. Yes, and we also showed some examples of prefixes. As you remember, we mentioned that there are hundreds of prefixes in the English vocabulary. And then also, we were learning about suffixes. We learned that the suffix goes at the end of the word, and the main use is to change the grammar. The main purpose of the suffixes is to change the grammar of the word. For example, danger changes to, it's a noun, but if we add ous, dangerous, it changes to be an adjective, similar to what we did at the end of the activities. We also have care, and we change care to careful by adding the suffix full. And finally, sympathy, we change it for sympathetic by adding ethic to the word, and we change it to an adjective. So that is the main function of the suffixes and the prefixes. And well, if you guys, I can give you some links for you to practice. We also practice the prefixes. We also practice word formation. Yes, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little topic, and I hope you guys, I can see you the next week learning about more grammar topics. It was a great pleasure to be with you guys. Oh, I can see now that your comments. Awesome. Thank you, Fernanda Garcia. Fernanda, you were pending on that. Now we're more people. 7 people are watching the video. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Remember to practice prefixes and suffixes, and don't forget to re-comment on the channel. So thank you so much, guys, and also subscribe if it's possible. Have a great weekend. I hope you guys are pretty well, and see you in the next Grammar Soup video. Bye bye.